India is using AI and satellites to urban heat vulnerability down to the building level. Remote sensing data and artificial intelligence are mapping the most heat vulnerable buildings in cities like Delhi in an effort to target relief from extreme temperatures at a granular level. And the article, talks about like the fact that heat causes a lot of problems in certain parts of India, and so they literally just take satellite geographical maps with what's the correct term? Um, Crap, what's the term for like weather? There's a term for weather and I can't think of it. Anyways, they take weather data and they put the two together, and then they use an AI system to determine which areas of particular maps that they're looking at, like Delhi, for example, are going to have bad heat rises because of urban buildings. So it's looking at the buildings, it's looking at the heat data and all of that, and you can see that there's a heat map here, and they can determine like, okay, so this is going to be a bad spot. This might be colder than most. Whatever the colors mean, I'm not even really sure. But then they can use that to make certain decisions, like how about we give this portion of the city access to more water on hot days because other portions of the city don't need as much? Or how about we invest in things like air conditioning, for people who live in this portion of the city, things like this, right? I think that's great. I think that's a good use of AI. If you're going to use AI to do these kinds of things and it actually gives you some sensible data that you can, like this, for example, that you can actually look at and confirm and then help people out with this, I would even say it's good. And then what they can do is long term, they can even readjust the zoning of the city so that they can spread out particular buildings that have hot maps. They can demolish them and build them, differently, or move people over. Like, this has a lot of good use cases, so long as they're looking at this data and they're being somewhat, what would you say, careful about reviewing it. But yeah, like, I don't see a problem with this. This is a good use case for AI, in my opinion. So there you go, to all the naysayers who say I never, bring up anything positive. Yes, I do. Okay, shut up. Yes, I do. Okay, it uses publicly accessible data, not some secret personal data. Right now, you can make other things. You can make other cases like, oh, now you have like a satellite that watches you all the time. Like, no. I mean, yes, but you have that anyways. And at least they're using this data not to watch you, but to determine like, what would be a good way to deal with heat in the city. Like, come on, you have to have some sensibility about these things, right? So that was a positive thing, all right?